I participated in Shark Tank in 2018. And I remember I was pitching there and people really asked a lot of questions. And I saw it's touching an open nerve, right?
Mhm.
People that came from the industry, the real estate, they knew the pain. And when I saw how big the market is, I was like, okay, that's a big pain for a lot of people. We just need to build it right. And you're there. That's the market is there. So I understood it when I saw how painful it is to so many people and especially to the young generation. Because real estate, the old folks that manage the real estate, they don't want to change. They don't even want to embrace technology. But then the young generation that inherited, there was like, no way I'll manage it that. We have to find a better way.
Quick favor before we jump in. It always surprised me that a large percentage of people who listen to the show regularly haven't yet subscribed. If you're a commercial real estate operator, investor, or builder who values conversations like this around deals, capital, and technology, please take 2 seconds and hit subscribe. It's a simple, free way to support the show. My commitment to you is that my team and I will continue bringing you higher level operators, stronger conversations, and real execution level insights every single week. Thank you. I truly appreciate it. Welcome back to the AI Edge podcast, where we sit down with founders and operators who are building real companies at the intersection of technology, real estate, and execution. Today, I'm joined by Maor Cohen, CEO and co-founder of PickSpace, a prop tech marketplace transforming how self-storage is discovered, priced, and transacted. Mayor has scaled a platform operating across multiple markets, balancing supply, demand, operators, and consumers, which is not easy to do. Mayor, really appreciate you coming on. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Luis. I'm happy to be here. I think it's great to see everything that's going on right now in the world and to be part of it.
Fantastic. For people who may be hearing about you or PickSpace for the first time, let's start simple. What does PickSpace do today? And what problem are you actually solving in the market?
So PickSpace grew to be a property management company that actually run on AI, and I'll explain. Today, with the AI era, there is a new category of full stack AI companies. Means originally tech companies that maybe used to sell software or to build operating systems, but now they start to give the services themselves. So we start from selling software for property management companies to become a property management company that actually do the work using our operating system that we've built for property management companies.
What part of the storage experience was broken before you stepped in?
So we run on multiple real estate type. Storage is one of them. Commercial real estate, it's another, and as well as residential. So we work on two triangles. One, the tenant, landlord, and the data. So everything that related to communication there. And there another triangle between the owner, property management, the actually real estate, and the vendors that needs to go fix things, maintain things, make sure everything is under control. The communication, the operation, everything was not that didn't work, but it could be much more efficient. And with the AI, we see that we can replace 80% of the personnel and have it more accurate, working 24/7, always there. And when needed, we're escalating things to like humans. So we're keeping things always on top.
Excellent. What makes this so hard to execute well?
You have to really understand the process. I think a lot of people running now and like building AI, but they don't have the depth of things. I've been in the market for more than 10 years now and understanding really what are the strengths of the communication or what are the constraints of things like how when things breaks, right? You need to know these things and you need to see a lot of different cases in order to have a broad perspective. So I think that's what we bring to the table. Being there for so long, understanding the market and now executing it as agents, that what you need in that era. Not the coding experience, more the product knowledge, base and the experience in the market to know what product is needed and how to implement it in AI agents.
Every marketplace has SaaS platform that has a moment where the idea turns into reality. What was the original spark for PickSpace, and what did the early vision look like compared to what you're running today?
That's a great question, actually, because it threw me back to where I worked as a legal intern in a law firm for a property management company. And I needed to do so many things manual for them. For example, I needed to go over contracts to, maybe 70 pages long contracts, extracting the most important yet, business details, move it to a different page. Now send that page to an accountant that will need to put it in her system or her notebook so she can start sending people how much they need to pay and when. And every year to have a reminder. So this is how much I need to push the rent increase or renewals. And everything was very manual. And I was like, wait a second, I think I can do better. And we can automate a lot of the workflow and just, save on human costs, save on errors that happens all the time because people just typed things wrong, right? But also when we started, I haven't started right as a SaaS. I started as a platform to connect people with real estate so they can book time on different places. So it was more like a marketplace for people to book meeting rooms and spaces and rent different units by the hour, day, month, or a year. And then working with so many landlords around the world brought us to the idea that it's not their biggest pain, the leads. Lead gen is important, but they wanted much more. They wanted a tool, software as a service that they can start implementing to their business so they can manage the whole flow much better. And that's what brought us to that area of SaaS. And then COVID kind of like increased our umbrella of, okay, we're not going to give those services only for commercial. We're going to give it also for storage. We're going to give it also for residential. And then we start to have more services for different real estate type. What's brought us to what we are today.
Mayor, what surprised you the most early on?
The how manual things were. Like you would see like as a person from the side, you're just like, "Oh, here's a building, there's a bunch of people working there. Here's another building. A lot of like logistic things are there. And I see all the boxes, I see all the people, I see people renting it, but you don't know how manual things are. Like till you're like exposed to it. Like you see the list, you see how people writing, like it's like it's 2020. People should have things on their systems, on their computers, but then you realize that a lot of it is like still manual. That's what hit me the most.
What broke first as you started to scale?
So what broke first? I think the world at COVID. So I was like happy to launch things. We started to sign a lot of clients. Then I was hit by COVID, and that was my first hit. And that was a big one. We need to understand we still had lots of money in the bank because we just raised, but we needed to decide because the world, tripped and now flipped all over, and we needed to decide what to do. So I think that what broke first, the world, and that broke the line of business that we've built and we needed to reinvent ourselves. And I think now it breaks again for us because we're SaaS companies selling software to real estate people. And now everyone can build their own system pretty easily. So, first of all, prices are not the same. And second, we understand that our biggest advantage right now is that we've built something that we know our team know how to use and how to use best. So we can actually do the work ourselves, offer the services of property management to different companies. And then instead of offering a tool, we're offering a full suite of services and then they don't need to think about it. And we probably would know how to execute better than them. So that's another flip of the world. So we had COVID for me that broke first and now AI, but I think you need to like see the situation, react quickly and constantly moving.
Can you tell me a little bit about the services that you provide?
Yeah. In PickSpace, we offer maintenance requests. Like we take over the whole cycle, right? We from leasing your available units on the market, could be like on our platform, but we can also integrate to other leasing MLS platforms. And then smart contract, where we're going to use our system in order to send the tenant their new contract. We're going to automate renewals. We're going to automate rent increase. We're going to automate any contract enforcement, including collection, including late payment fees, including maintenance requests that the tenants will bring you up. And then you need to send the correct vendor to the correct place. So I think all the communication between tenants, owners, reports, scheduled reports, emails, chat, and tenant screening, and everything that related to maintain the property on top. I think that's part of our services.
Amazing. When did you realize this is bigger than we thought?
I participated in Shark Tank in 2018, and I remember like I was pitching there and people really asked a lot of questions, and I saw it's touching an open nerve, right? People that came from the industry, the real estate, they knew the pain. And when I saw how big the market is, I was like, okay, that's a big pain for a lot of people. We just need to build it right. And you're there. That's the market is there. So I understood it when I saw how painful it is to so many people, and especially to the young generation. Because real estate, the old folks that manage the real estate, they don't want to change. They don't even want to embrace technology. But then the young generation that inherited, there was like, no way I'll manage it that way. We have to find a better way. And then software became a thing. And now the AI becomes another thing.
Amazing. Marketplaces are notoriously difficult to scale because you're solving multiple problems at once: operators, consumers, pricing, inventory, even trust. Where have you felt the most friction at PickSpace as it has grown?
I think pricing was a big thing because the market was constantly changing, and I saw how our competitors sometimes wanted to penetrate the market faster, or new competitors came and they were like lowering the price all the way. And when we started, this mark was very high, and we could make very good margins, and we had very good days in the beginning where margins were high, and we managed to keep our personnel low and run fast. But then other competitors came and lowered the price. It, pushed the whole industry. Very good for the, client, but very difficult for competition. So I think, yeah, time to market, competition, pricing, that were things that were constantly needed to work around.
How about operator adaptation?
So we feel it now actually a lot. And because we understood, we're constantly launching new features so our clients could use the system better. Now we got to that point that the features that we're launching, they're pretty much replacing the person. And the person was like, wait a sec, I'm not gonna implement this feature. I'm actually going to like push back on that feature. So we see that we're launching new features and people actually don't want to implement them because they know once they implement, there is no justification for them to stay in the company. So they're like pushing back. And that's actually where we understood we need to get in and do the job ourselves because we could replace them. Because there is a person sitting there navigating between like maintenance requests, answering tenants. We have a bot that do that. We don't need a person. And then you can escalate the 20% that needs escalation. You can tell the bot to escalate, and then the same person could manage, instead of 85 units, he can manage 1,000 units. Okay, that's big. But why would the person want to implement something that will replace him? It's kind of like cutting the branch that you're sitting on, right? So people are now starting to like really push back on that. And it's a good opportunity for us because we can come in using our tools, replace these companies in fraction of the price, and to still be very either successful and also very profitable. So it's an opportunity, but we understood it from the market where they stopped embracing our features, our new features.
Have you felt any friction on data accuracy?
Data accuracy, for our standpoint, As long as people are not touching the system, it's better. So every time that I have a field where people can type things, we kind of like finding it and eliminate it. We want things to be set up in the control panel, like all your accounting. You don't want people to start right, hey, I got this from rent office, rent logistics center, rent this. It needs to be defined in that accounting control panel. And then they do it once and they just choose from different things. Because otherwise, people type in things and then reports and data are, you know, they see rent coming from there and five different lines of rent, different rent, hard for the reports to come. So I think from that point, a little bit of like human usage or misusage of the system. We're preventing it by putting limitations on how much people could touch the system.
Maor, what's one thing people underestimate about scaling a prop tech marketplace?
They underestimating how different each sector is, even to the state level. You can have the same business here running storage centers, but then another business of storage centers in California. Here, I mean in New York, and then another one in California, and there is a different legal terms, tenants, law, rules. You have to look very carefully to everything in order to operate, how to evict how to conduct evictions and when to conduct evictions and how to charge late payment fee. Some states you can't charge more than $10. Some states it's open and people charge 10% after 5 days. So you have to really know the materia. Now with AI, it's much easier because the legal law is like right there and open to use for everyone. But I'm just saying sometimes same business, different states, different cities could be a very, very different business. So that's something I was aware of.
Let's talk systems. As PickSpace scaled, where does systems start to matter more than hustle?
So our system comes in play when you have like more than 10 units that you want to manage. And then we go all the way to like 10,000 units you can put in the system and manage different locations, different currencies. You can manage the communication with tenants. You can manage the communication with owners. You can own the whole process from a contract, leasing, available units, maintenance requests, and also the day to day of collecting rent and making sure reports are being sent to your owners. So, pretty much the full cycle of property management.
What had to be standardized?
It's just moving, stage by stage of all the property management, everything that they used to do in hand or manual, and just understanding it, bringing it as a tool, and give them a tool that can help them do it for them or with them.
How do you maintain visibility across the business without slowing the team down?
And we're using ClickUp, we're using different tools to manage all our projects. So internally, a lot of communications every day. We meet every day for a few minutes just to go over our tasks, see that we all align.
All right, let's win this plane. Just rapid fire. One metric that you watch obsessively.
So I read a lot. I think it helps to manage, helps to understand, help to stay on top from technology point of view. Use Audible for that. So listen to a lot of podcasts, read a lot of books, and stay on top, going to different conferences in our industry. So field.
One trend on prop tech that you're bullish on.
One trend, I don't have like something specific, but I guess the voice AI thing's starting to
Sure.
become a thing,
Last one word that describes your journey so far.
a journey.
This is a great conversation, Mayor. So, for people who want to learn more about PickSpace or connect with you directly, where's the best place to find you online?
Pickspace.com and then contact us. There is a forum there. You can meet me or the team and just tell us what you want, what you're interested in, and we'll take it from there.
Perfect. We'll drop that in the show notes. Mayor, thank you very much for coming on and sharing your experience. It's been another episode of the AI Edge podcast where we focus on real operators and real systems and real execution. Thank you for this and share it with another friend. I appreciate you being here. Have a wonderful day.